Lesson 2.5, Video 2. Now let's look at inequalities that we have to put into slope-intercept form first. So our first one, again we have y equals mx plus b as our goal. So we need to subtract 3x from both sides. And we get negative y less than negative 3x plus 4. We have to divide by negative 1. And we get y, and here's where we have to understand the one rule with inequalities that makes it unique from equations. As you're solving an inequality, if you ever divide by a negative, which is what we did right here, when you divide by a negative number, then the inequality changes directions. And that is the one rule of inequalities that is different from equations. So when we divide by a negative, if we have to divide by a negative to solve for y, the inequality changes directions, which means that becomes a greater than symbol. This is one fraction we have to write, so negative 3 over negative 1 is a positive 3x. The other one has to also be done, so 4 divided by negative 1 makes it negative 4. This is what we graph. So the y-intercept, that's a messy 4, sorry about that. The y-intercept is 4, so negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Our slope is 3 over 1, so we will go up 3, 1, 2, 3 over 1. We have to decide if it's a solid or dashed line. The inequality does not have a line under it, so it's dashed. The inequality is greater than, which means we shade greater or more than or above, is however you want to look at it. And that is finished. Next one, we'll solve for y by subtracting 4x. And we get 3y is greater than or equal to negative 4x minus 3. Here we're going to divide by a positive 3, which means we do not have to worry about changing the inequality because it was a positive number. And we get this fraction, which is negative 4/3 x, and this fraction, which is negative 3 over 3, or negative 1. So this is what we're going to graph. The y-intercept is negative 1. The slope is negative 4 over 3. So I put the negative with the 4, so the rise is negative. So we will go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, to the right 3, 1, 2, 3, and that's our next point. Our inequality has a line under it, so it's a solid line. Sorry about that. Not much better. See if I can do this once here. There. Sorry about that. All right, so now we have to decide where the shading is. It's greater than, which means we will shade more than or above. And that represents the solution to this inequality. And this ends video 2.